Hello, everybody. A with RON Aaron Entertainment here, bringing you All About Wrestling episode 29. Yes, this is my 29th episode about wrestling. And it has felt like, man, it felt like I've been doing this for a long time, hasn't it? I don't know what, since November, December I started this show. And this is my 29th episode, so next week will be my 30th. And this will be one hell of a show, guys. I got a lot of things to talk about in this show. So sit back, relax, join me, chit chat with me in the comments, whatever. And enjoy. And enjoy what I have in store for you guys. Yes, I just made this video 2 hours ago. There was no Hell in a Cell picture I really wanted to use, so I decided to use whatever thumbnail, Becky Lynch thumbnail. But there's a lot of things. We're gonna talk Hell in a Cell review. We're gonna talk Becky Lynch, Brock Lesnar, Piper Niven. We're gonna Wrestling Week review, and let's see what other subjects there are. Money in the Bank. And hello, JJ. Hello, JJ. How are you all doing? Yeah, so, yeah, okay. Go to Hell in a Cell. Let's talk Hell in a Cell. Pay-per-view. What were my thoughts on the pay-per-view of Hell in a Cell yesterday? It was an okay show. Questionable endings to certain matches. We'll go through them one by one. Hopefully some end of some story programs. And leading up to Money in the Bank, the next pay-per-view. Some really good stuff, some really bad stuff, some questionable, like really questionable endings that nobody really liked. But okay, let's go one by one. Oh, so okay. Pre-show match. Natalya versus Mandy Rose. This match was actually like, 10 minutes long maybe? It was a pretty solid match between the two. I thought at the beginning they were a little slow. They weren't clicking at the beginning. They're a little slow. To me, they weren't clicking. But as the match went on, they finally did click. They finally did, looks like they started to get their stuff together, both of them. And it turned out to be, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. But this match turned out good, fine. Natalya got the win with the sharpshooter. But this match was not that bad. I mean, at the beginning, it was a little, it didn't look good. It didn't look great at the beginning. They look a little, out of sync at the beginning of the match, but it did get in sync as the match went on, and it actually turned out to be a pretty decent match between the two. Natalya clearly carried Mandy Rose because Natalya's the leader, of course, right? I thought Mandy Rose would have got the win, but I guess not. And they'll eventually get a tag. This will lead to a tag team title match between Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Tamina down the line, even though Mandy Rose lost. But this is a kickoff show match, alright? So let's get on to the main card of Hell in a Cell. So, like last year, the first match was a Hell in a Cell match. In this Hell in a Cell match, the first match was okay. Bianca Belair defending her SmackDown Women's title against Bayley in her second Hell in a Cell match in less than a year. Remember, she was in the Hell in a Cell match against Sasha Banks back in October. Let's remember that. Now this was a fantastic match between the two. Two tremendous athletes. It was brutal too. She saw the strength of Bianca Belair when she threw the steps at Bayley, who was outside the ring. She threw the steps. Of course, Bayley ducked out of the way. You saw that where Bayley, like JJ mentioned this on my prediction show. But Bayley setting up the two candlesticks along the ring in the cell, as she did in the first Hell in a Cell match, that backfired. She's trying to do it again here, but it's backfired here. Once again, backfired again here. I love it when she's setting it up. Michael Cole mentioned that she tried this at the first Hell in a Cell, and Bayley's like, "Shut up, Michael. They know. They know." Remember that. Shut up, Michael. They know. But that backfired. I really did like the ending of this match. They use ladders and stuff. They use the ladders, of course. Chairs. The hair. But I really did like the ending of this match. Where Bayley was on the ladder, right? She was on the ladder. Bianca Belair ran the turnbuckle. Looks like she was going to do a splash, like her husband. But Bayley managed to roll over onto her stomach. And as Bianca saw that, she landed, but she didn't. She gathered herself. She didn't get hurt or anything. She just quickly did a senton onto Bayley's back, who was on the ladder, and that pretty much took Bayley out. She was in so much pain. That pretty much was the ending right there. She set up for the KOD. Bayley onto the ladder. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I agree. 1, 2, 3 with the KOD onto the ladder, and Bianca Belair retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, hopefully she moves on to a different competitor, challenging for a title down the line. This Bayley stuff with Bayley is hopefully done. We will see. You know how WWE likes to do another match, something like that. They like to continue feuds going on. But once again, this is a tremendous match. And now let's go on to the second match. Second match of Seth Rollins and Cesaro, I believe, right? Okay, yeah, Seth Rollins and Cesaro. These two are to put on a hell of a match again. Just say that. I mean, these are two of the best talents in WWE right now on the male side, definitely. When Seth Rollins tried to sneak attack Cesaro during the entrances and stuff, I think. Yeah, if I remember correctly. But it didn't go as planned. They had a tremendous match. Seth Rollins, in the end, got the win here, beating Cesaro. And we'll see where it goes on from here between Cesaro and Seth Rollins. Perhaps they'll see each other again, perhaps in the Money in the Ladder match down the line for the next pay-per-view. Perhaps they'll face each other one more time on SmackDown. Yeah, I know you don't like hearing that, but perhaps they face each other to see who gets to represent SmackDown. Yeah, he either will probably be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think it'll be in that match. So maybe on SmackDown they'll have a Money in the Bank qualifier match with Seth Rollins and Cesaro. I don't know. Next, we have Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Yeah, I know the the hooky stuff, the hooky cartoonish stuff with Alexa Bliss. Yeah. So you know what? For what it was an okay match. Shayna Baszler had her in many different holds. She did her patented stomp on the arm, wherever. It seemed to really affect Alexa, but apparently it didn't. She started laughing. It's laughing in her face. Shayna Baszler's face. There's one sequence where she says, "Look at me." Shayna Baszler said, she told Shayna Baszler, "Look at me. Look at me." Like, look in her eyes. Or something. What happened was Alexa Bliss got the upper hand. Shayna Baszler's out of the ring. Reginald and Nia Jax were gonna go check on her, but Reginald managed to get to Shayna, but Nia Jax stopped in her tracks and looked right at Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss is peering through into Nia Jax's eyes, where Nia Jax was looking straight into Alexa Bliss's eyes. All of a sudden, they were making the exact same movements, and it seems like Alexa Bliss had her hip, like mind control of Nia Jax. Right? She definitely mind controlled Nia Jax. And then eventually Alexa Bliss got the win over Shayna Baszler, Sister Abigail. She did a DT, Sister Abigail. Whatever, she got the win. And Twisted Bliss too, off the top. She got the win. But yeah, the story here is she was not the win, it's how she's able to mind control, hypnotize other competitors, other people. And she did that to Nia Jax, and after that, Nia Jax snapped out of it. Remember, Reginald went to Nia Jax like, "Hey, Nia, snap out of it." And Alexa Bliss did this, and that's when she controlled. And Nia Jax did that to Reginald. That's mind control. Mind control, hypnotizing, or something like that. Now we know. Now we know that Alexa Bliss can control people's minds. And I don't think this is over. I think. Yesterday, here's the thing. You're not going to be happy with this when I say this, but this is not over. Yesterday was not the ending of this. It's just kind of the beginning, if you think about it. It's not over. Between Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss, whatever. I don't know. It's not over between all of them. Involving this little program, story, feud, whatever you want to call it. It's not over. Then I think next we got the Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens match. Now this match was good. Before the match, Sami Zayn was selling that the fact he can't breathe, he's still feeling the effects from the Commander Aziz, the Umaga finish, he moved to a Samoan Spike, whatever. Remember, he's still feeling the effects from that. So this match, Owens was doing the best he can. Sami Zayn, he got the stunner outside Sami Zayn out of the ring. But of course, you can't pin, right? So you can't pin him outside. Eventually, Sami Zayn got the better of him, got the hula kick. And there was I saw a clip of slow motion of that. And Sami Zayn got the 1-2-3. Sami Zayn got the win over Kevin Owens. And apparently Kevin Owens says he could take a little break from WWE. So maybe this is a way for him to lose. And so just to take this break. He posted that. He posted on Twitter, Instagram that he's taking a little break. So we don't know how long. Maybe 1 month, 2 months, whatever. But he's taking a break. WWE. And I'll tell you one thing. These two never fail to put on a good match. These two have so much chemistry with each other. It shows it every time they're in a match, whether they're against each other or in a tag team. Next, we're going to get to the Raw Women's title match between the defending champion Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Now this match, I thought this match was pretty solid until the ending. I thought the ending took the air out of this match. But here's the thing. This is the weird thing about this match is it's a heel versus heel match. You usually don't see heel versus heel matches. We do tend to see face versus face, but we never really see heel versus heel. And this is a heel versus heel. The thing with Charlotte Flair, we know is a clear-cut heel. With Rhea Ripley, we don't know from time to time she's a heel or a face, because at times there's face characteristics, and at times there's heel characteristics. But I felt in this match, even though Charlotte's a heel, there was no face-like characteristics from Rhea Ripley. From the beginning of the match, Charlotte had the upper hand in the beginning of the match. Rhea Ripley's outside the ring, and she's like, back up, back up. I know, see, over, yes, you're right. During the Twitter, after this match, Twitter, people were like, so is Rhea Ripley a heel? So is Rhea Ripley a heel now? And then, this match was solid. Like, this match was a solid match. Riptide, of course, won by the ropes. Of course, Charlotte's going to get the leg on the rope. Rhea Ripley, here's the thing. If you do a finishing move by the ropes, just pull her away from the ropes. Know your surroundings and get to 1, 2, 3. I think there's a turnbuckle suplex off the ropes. It's a very physical match. Natural selection was early in the match. She did a natural selection. What happened was Charlotte was outside the ring. It's like Rhea suffered like a knee injury, not a real knee injury, like a fake kayfabe knee injury. So what happened was, of course, she was selling that knee. What happened was Charlotte was outside the ring. By the steps, Rhea goes to attack her, but Charlotte managed to get the upper hand. I think she did a move that where the steel steps right into Rhea Ripley's knee. That really took the injured knee to the next level. Charlotte pushed her into figure 8. But Rhea Ripley managed to fight off, get to the crowd, and then they go outside the ring. She managed to fight it off. She grabbed on the ropes, but they go under ropes together. That breaks up the figure 8. Rhea Ripley takes the cover off the broadcast table and throws her Charlotte's face. So Charlotte's face calls for a DQ. And so Charlotte wins here, but doesn't become champion. Rhea Ripley retains, and I think this match is the most like match where Rhea Ripley showed heel tendencies. There's no face tendencies in this match. She was definitely full like heel, and even Charlotte's heel. And there's some people who are like, since when is that the cover of the table a DQ? And I'm gonna say this. Here's the reason. She took it off and used it as a rep in. And I know some people threw tables, announce tables during a match. And then technically going through an announce table should be a DQ, but it really isn't. Like Randy Orton does that move to backdrop, right? Technically it should be, but this is a little different. She actually took off the covering. It's like using a steel chair, okay? It's like using a steel chair or candlestick, any kind of rep in. And you throw it or hit or you swing it at your opponent. That's the difference. That's the difference. But yes, this ending was bad. It was not a good ending to this match. I saw it was good until the ending, and I'm happy after this ending they brawled once again, and now we know this is continuing because after that brawl, it's continuing. They had that brawl on Monday, and now they had a brawl after the title match, and they're gonna get booed. They're gonna get booed, and they're not doing Rhea Ripley any favors here. They're making her look weak, not like a badass that she is. But yeah, let's go to the main event. Bobby Lashley taking on Drew McIntyre. Bobby Lashley is the defending WWE champion on Raw, and Drew McIntyre looking to get back the title for a third time. This match was solid too. It was a solid match, but in the end, Bobby Lashley got to win, and yeah, once again a very bad ending. Very bad ending with a roll-up pin. Bobby Lashley wins with a roll-up pin after a distraction by MVP. Like, WrestleMania again. Gets the distraction win. Right? And yeah, so I say this pay-per-view is solid. It's just that some questionable endings to some matches. But overall, the ring work was fine. The pay-per-view... I'd say the best matches is probably the first match. The first match is definitely might be the best match of the night. In my opinion. So that's pretty much Hell in a Cell short review. And they cannot have endings like that in front of a live crowd when they go back on tour next month. Right? They can't. Okay. Okay, so let's get into some other news, some big news, potentially. So, as it's been reported, Becky Lynch has been spotted at the Performance Center and backstage at SmackDown. And I think she was at Hell in a Cell too. So it looks like after giving birth back in December, of course spending time with her and Steph's daughter, right? It looks like they're about Becky Lynch is about ready to get back in the ring. I don't know, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months, but I think it's gonna be a month from now. I think Becky Lynch is getting back. I think there's two options when Becky Lynch comes back. They both involve crowds. I do think Becky Lynch is coming back next month. I'm spitballing here with ideas here. Maybe one will stick. This is my rumor, my speculation. If I'm right, Becky Lynch comes on those one of my two options. You better quote me on it. If Shawn accepts, if Fightful comes out with saying Becky Lynch is coming back on the Raw after Money in the Bank. I want you guys in my chat to tell SRS to get the code. You have to confirm it to confirm it from me. Okay. Or same with Wrestling Observer. Same with whatever Wrestling Inc. Whatever site has backstage connections. If I'm right, they gotta quote me. They gotta get me from. Alright? You do that for me? Okay. So, the Becky Lynch stuff. So, I do think she's coming back next month. In front of crowds. Two options. Money in the Bank. The female. If there's going to be one mysterious. Thank you, JJ. Thank you. If there's one mysterious entry, maybe she'll be that entry. In front of a crowd, she'll get a massive pop. She'll get definitely a massive pop in front of a live crowd. And she has to win. Become Money in the Bank winner. And hey Tim. How are you doing? And if that's not the case, the Raw after Money in the Bank. I think. Yeah, but I'm telling you, if my stuff comes up true, they better they better quote me on it first. And I don't care if they're the best. If I know something before them, you heard from me first. And then they'll hire me to break news. Oh, I'm just messing with you guys. I'm just messing with them. I don't care if they. I don't care if they. I'm just. I don't care really. But here we go. Yeah, it's sad to hear about what happened last week to you. I'm glad you're getting better. So on Raw, I think the Raw after Money in the Bank she'll come back from the live crowd. Yeah, a lot of people are like, I don't think she'll be in the title picture right away. But I'll be like, you know what? Once Rhea Ripley is down in Charlotte, have Rhea Ripley. If she's a title match of Money in the Bank, okay. Have Rhea Ripley cut a promo or something, come up action. Now it's starting to hear familiar music. I would play the music on here, but I don't want to get a copyright whatever. Not strike. Not a strike. Well, here all of a sudden Becky Lynch's music. This comes on, the whole arena, and everybody watching on TV hears it, and you see the man walking out from backstage to confront Rhea Ripley. And remember, they had a good NXT match. And then Becky Lynch says to Rhea Ripley, you know, that title still belongs to me. I never lost that title. I had to give it up. Yeah. Tip, they have to buy Blue Chew. So Becky Lynch confronts Rhea and be like, Becky Lynch would be, I never lost that title. I had to give it up. Something like that. I never lost that title. And then that's where you set up the whole storyline between Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley for SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch is a big match for SummerSlam, but they have to build Rhea Ripley as a heel. Like, I think after the last night, she's clearly a heel. And that's how you build up. And I know a lot of people don't put in the title picture right away, but Becky Lynch is the biggest female superstar out there right now. I mean, she's right now. Who's the biggest female superstar? Name me. Bianca Belair. Rhea Ripley's not. Rhea Ripley should be, but she's not. Bianca Belair should be, but Sasha Banks is away. I guess I would say Bianca Belair, but she's not in the category of Becky Lynch. And maybe that's, and a lot of people are saying that as bad as the divisions are in Raw and SmackDown, they are suffering from the lack of star power. Becky Lynch brings that star power. And you can say Becky Lynch can go to SmackDown. And you know what? Both brands need Becky Lynch. But I think Charlotte and Asuka kind of help Rhea in terms of veteran thing. I think Sasha Banks and Bayley help Bianca Belair. But I think Raw needs Becky Lynch more than SmackDown needs Bianca Belair. And you gotta remember, there could be a draft. And I would draft Shayna Baszler to SmackDown in the next upcoming draft. But that's me. But Becky Lynch is a marquee match with Rhea Ripley, and I know Charlotte's gonna be, why is she getting a match? And my fear is that if this happens, we can have a triple threat match at SummerSlam between Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley. Or maybe something like that. I don't know. Or maybe we got break away from Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, have Shayna Baszler involved in that story. Maybe have a fatal four-way. But I think if I think there's a possibility of Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley for a Raw Women's title at SummerSlam, because I think she will confront Rhea Ripley on the Raw after Money in the Bank. Tell me in the comments, if Becky Lynch comes back, who should she confront? Should she confront SmackDown or Raw? Who? Because she never lost the title. Yeah, unfortunately my Blue Jays don't play today. They have an off day, so I'm gonna watch, I guess, Raw. Because I have nothing else. But I do think there's a hockey game tonight. Yeah, there's a hockey game tonight. So what do you guys think? If Becky Lynch comes back, should she confront Rhea Ripley or whoever the Raw Women's Champion? I think it'll be Rhea Ripley, or should she confront SmackDown? Because I think on SmackDown, I think we're getting a Sasha and Bianca rematch at SummerSlam. Would it be all in for a Sasha and Bianca rematch at SummerSlam? Excuse me, I'm just... Oh. Yeah, that's what I think might happen, guys. And let's get on to some... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think it makes more sense on Raw. But SmackDown's roster is very thin on the female side. Same with Raw. They cut a lot of people. Both sides. Okay, let's get to some potentially even bigger news. It looks like Brock Lesnar is heading back to WWE. Yeah, she is a free agent, so technically you're right. So yeah. I mean, right? You know, technically, if she enters the Money in the Bank match, she could cash it on the SmackDown side, right? Or the Raw side. On any, right? So let's get to the even bigger news. I would say they're... Oh, shit. I would say they're both very thin right now. I mean, I like the... Like, NXT, this, we can all agree, NXT Women's Division is stacked. It's the best right now. But let's get to the Brock Lesnar, guys. Brock Lesnar. And it looks like Brock Lesnar is coming back. And at one point it didn't look like he was coming back for SummerSlam. But according to Fightful, you know, I know you guys do have Fightful Select. You do know all the latest reports. Brock Lesnar getting closer to coming back. That's true. That's true. Brock Lesnar's coming back, and so he's getting closer. And I think he'll come back for SummerSlam. I think we'll get Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam. That's what everybody's craving for, Lashley versus Lesnar. They've been craving that for years. And I would love to see that. But here's the thing, okay. What does that do with Paul Heyman? If Brock Lesnar comes back. Paul Heyman possibly managed two of the biggest superstars ever, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. That those two alone themselves as his clients, or whatever. That's massive. I know the long one they want to turn Roman Reigns face again. Right now, I don't see anybody is big enough to take the title off Roman Reigns on the SmackDown side. They have a strong villain, but they really don't have a strong hero on the SmackDown side. And you know what? Every strong hero needs a strong villain, and every strong villain needs a strong hero. SmackDown doesn't have that. They have a strong villain. But let's get back to Brock Lesnar. Finally, after about a year and a half, you know, there are rumors that they try to get, not Becky Lynch, but they try to get past talent that have been released to appear on NXT. And I'm talking Samoa Joe stuff too. Thank you for reminding that NXT. I'm gonna talk about it. I really dig that. And so you think Brock Lesnar is coming back for SummerSlam? I do now. I'm maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. I was like, I didn't see it coming, but now I think it's a possibility that he's coming back for SummerSlam. And do you think it'll be against Bobby Lashley? And you think Paul Heyman will be his manager, managing both Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar? So Paul Heyman will be on Raw and SmackDown going forward. What do you think? And do you think Roman Reigns will face Cena at SummerSlam? Because I know WWE wants to put on a huge show for SummerSlam, right? Tell me in the comments. What do you guys think? Alright, while I do that, I'm gonna talk about the worst segment. So I'm gonna talk the worst segment ever in last week ever. And you know what I'm talking about, guys. If you watch NXT UK, you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go in more detail about it. A little bit more detail. So I did post a video about this while I was watching, like 20 minutes after watching this segment. I did post a video while it's still going on. You can check it out. Maybe after the stream, I'll set it up as when I edit this video. But you know what segment I'm talking about? Eva Marie and Piper Niven, or according to the Raw commentating team, no idea who this is. Yeah. This was so bad. I feel bad for Piper Niven. I don't think. Here's the thing. I think she's accepted it. She's okay with it. I can tell she's okay with it right now. But here's the thing. Eva Marie was supposed to have a match with Naomi. Of course, Eva Marie wasn't going to wrestle. And all of a sudden, Piper Niven comes in to wrestle. They don't give her a name. The commentating team doesn't even know who she is. It's bad. I mean, Corey Graves should know who she is, right? Piper Niven, okay, squashes Naomi. Yeah, I understand that. I know a lot of Naomi fans are not happy about that, but you gotta understand, Piper Niven is newer, and it's just big dominant heel. I guess she's a heel now. You have to have a squash, and Eva Marie takes the credit for the win. But nobody liked how. But the thing is, nobody liked how. Oh my God, Piper Niven! They paired up Piper Niven with Eva Marie, and you don't even know who she is. They don't even know who she is. They don't even know who she is. And I'm like Piper Niven. She looked totally different. This woman's a badass in NXT. She showed up to take Rhea Ripley in NXT UK when Rhea Ripley was fixtured there for a little bit. If you remember that. If you watch NXT UK, I'm sure you remember that. Late 2018, early 2019, Rhea Ripley was an early fixture of NXT UK. Piper Niven came in a little bit later, but her first big thing was Rhea Ripley still toe to toe. She had a title match last year, 2020 in January or something like that. Triple threat match with Toni Storm and Kaylee Ray for the NXT UK Women's title. Tremendous match, and then fixture in NXT UK in their studios, and then they continued. And now she's basically a lackey for Eva Marie. And there are people fat shaming her. I wasn't fat shaming her or anything like that. Cause here's the thing. I did see the potential problem with this a week ahead. If Piper Niven, or 2 weeks ahead when it was rumored that Piper Niven was most likely being this mysterious woman, Eva Marie, is going to inspire or whatever. I did see the potential problem with this, and unfortunately, people did start fat shaming with this. I never said this. I'm not gonna fat shame her or anything like that, because you know what? She's a man's talent. I don't if she she's human. Humans are fat, skinny, whatever. I'm not gonna do that. But I did see the potential problem with it, like that teaming up with Eva Marie. And that's not WWE's fault. And there are a lot of wrestlers coming to her aid, telling people stop fat shaming her. But you know what? They should tell WWE that this pairing does not look good. You got Eva Marie, supermodel, with Piper Niven. Yeah. And well, I don't know. This has been 1 week. I don't know what the plan is. Is the plan to inspire her to what? Lose weight, or something like that? Then we have a problem. And right now it looks like it might be heading that way, to inspire her to be a better version of herself. And apparently the new name, the rumored name from Fightful, was it Dewdrop? That's not gonna help Piper Niven's career at all. That name is a burial name. That name, the rumor to give to Piper Niven, that's a burial name right now. Right? now, and will not. She's already buried, especially with that name, if that's what to call her. And people are already suggesting this, that she's gonna help Eva Marie win Money in the Bank for the female side if Eva Marie's in it. Good God, I hope not. And one of the worst things about the match is the referee just accepted this replacement. Like, why did Adam Pearce or Sonya Deville not come out? Why did management backstage not come out, confront Eva Marie about this? Like, what just happened? It's like, why? Shouldn't they come out and confront Eva Marie about this? About having this replacement, Piper Niven, or wherever, according to Raw. Like, once again, you don't know who she is. Stupid. I'm sorry, but like, Corey Graves should know who she is. But I guess they're having a new name for him, so Corey Graves cannot say the name, cannot say Piper Niven. I mean, at least I don't expect Jamie Swift to know the name, right? But at least Brian Spack and Corey Graves should know who she is. But seriously, the optics are not no good for pairing up to Eva Marie. And it already created some issues on Twitter when people were fat shaming her, and the colleagues, fellow superstars colleagues, had to come to her aid and tell people stop fat shaming her. You see how bad WWE put her in that position by siding with Eva Marie. And I don't like the idea of her winning a Money in the Bank if she helps her win. Guys, I don't know in the comments. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think of this. I mean, I talked about it on Throwback Show. What do you think of this? You think the optics look bad by pairing her with Eva Marie? And this name, was it Dewdrop? Once again, Dewdrop, whatever his name is? I mean, we know WWE does a lot of stupid things, a lot of shameful things. This is another example of it. There's bad storytelling right now on WWE, bad build-up. But this is really bad optics right here. And it's not like they have done stuff like this in the past. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss bullying thing. Like, Alexa Bliss is the one that bullies Nia Jax, right? Because of her weight and how big she is. And you know what? You know what? People didn't like that. Nia Jax, her character is also a bully like too. Remember? Miss Piggy with Mickey James back in the day. WWE does do a bad. The WWE has done this in the past. Not just WWE. Other wrestling companies have done this with people's weight issues in the past. Look at '93, man. Bash and Booger. The guy was eating a lot of fattening stuff, and look at that guy. I know he's passed away. He passed away. So the guy's not with us. But look at that, for example. And not just fat stuff, alcohol stuff. Was it Hawk? Remember to use his alcohol problems during was it Hawk with the alcohol issues during the 97, 98? And Scott Hall in WCW 98. Back then, people, I guess, didn't realize it. To them, it was a free pass. I guess I didn't see the issues with it, even though it was problematic. But now, since times have changed, people's viewpoints have changed. They see the problems with this. You can't do stuff like this in the times of day right now. You can't do the same stuff that you could get away with back in the 90s and early 2000s. Yes, thank you. You can't do that stuff in this time right now. The period we're in right now. You can't do that stuff. Back then, people's viewpoints were different, and it's still bad. We look at the stuff back then now, we're like, oh my god, that shit's terrible. That shit, they shouldn't have done that. There's a lot of things back then they shouldn't have done. Back when we saw that stuff back then, this is awesome. This is exciting. wrestling got away with it. They got away with it because people enjoyed it. But looking at that stuff now, we're like, why did it? It's amazing how they got away with that stuff. People change. Yeah, some people say people don't change. Nope, but people change. I'll tell you this. If this is the wrestling now we got in the 80s, if these are the same superstars, same storyline telling, and they got in the 80s, wrestling would never be blown up into the 90s, into the late 90s. It would never been popular. It would never be popular. It will always be seen as a carny, circus-like act. If this is the wrestling that's going on now, especially for WWE, it would never blow up. It would never blown up. I personally, do you think Vince McMahon watches NXT UK? Because I don't think he knows who Piper Niven is. I don't think he knows who Piper Niven is. Okay, let's get into some other stuff. So Money in the Bank is next pay-per-view, right? So I'm gonna do my fantasy participants, women's and men, if it's 8 and 8 for each. 4 for Raw, 4 for SmackDown. And you can put in your comments below who you like to see in the Money in the Bank. That are matches. So from Raw's side, I like to see Naomi, because her athleticism, what things she could do in that match. I do think Shayna Baszler is going to be in it. I do think Alexa Bliss is going to be in it. And who else? I see Rhea Ripley in Charlotte having another match. Money in the Bank. I know I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it too, guys. They actually do work well together, both. Maybe Nia Jax. Nia Jax. On a SmackDown side, Carmella. I'd like to see Liv Morgan, see what she can do. Bayley. And I like to get some of my opportunity. That's why I give Liv Morgan there. Who else on SmackDown wants to? Not Bianca Belair. I don't know about Sasha Banks. Who else is on the SmackDown roster? Ruby Riot's gone. Shit. Maybe I'm returning Sasha Banks. I don't know, man. I don't know who else is on the Women's SmackDown roster. So, tell me who you think. And if there's one entry that's mysterious, I think that's Becky Lynch. And I do see Rhea Ripley and Charlotte going once again at it. But they might go at a Raw. One of the Raw matches. And maybe Asuka on Raw. Maybe Asuka. I don't know. If it's not Alexa Bliss, I think Asuka would be in it. That's on the women's side. On the men's side, Raw side, let's see. I'd like to see Ricochet to be in it. The stuff he can do. What he can do in the match. Damian Priest. I get my two more heels. Not Sheamus. Maybe Kofi. If he, I don't know if the stuff without MVP. Maybe Kofi Kingston. If he was not in a tag team with Randy Orton, I would have said Matt Riddle, but I don't think that's the case. Let's see. And maybe John Morrison. It's not very strong. On the SmackDown side, Seth Rollins, Cesaro, Shinsuke, and Sami Zayn. What do you guys think? I don't know. Maybe I don't think it's the best I can do. Maybe I should have thought more. And you think there'll be a cash in of Money in the Bank? I don't think so. Okay, let's go to the Wrestling Weekly Review. I don't talk about Raw and SmackDown before pay-per-view, and that pay-per-view just happened, right? I did talk about the Piper Niven stuff. So I guess that's part of the Raw Weekly Review. I'll talk a little bit the Kofi Kingston stuff, MVP and Kofi Kingston. What's happening there? Kofi Kingston gonna turn on Xavier. Is Kofi Kingston gonna turn heel? Remember, the only time he was a heel was in the beginning of New Day. That's when New Day formed. That's when they were heels. That's the only time Kofi Kingston was a heel. What's going on there? What's going on with the title, number one contenders match, the Viking Raiders and AJ Styles, Osmos, whatever his name is? I think eventually it'll be Matt Riddle and Randy Orton versus Styles and Osmos, whatever his name is. Osmos. Fuck. For the tag team titles eventually. But I always think Randy Orton's gonna stab him in the back. I always do like how Randy Orton's like the key, right? It tells Matt Riddle to shut his mouth with the key. You know what I'm talking about. Close his mouth, give him the key, and yeah, I always like that. I don't know, cause Matt Riddle likes to talk, you know. Yeah, maybe that's a possibility. Cause MVP was laying the seeds that Xavier Woods is holding Kofi Kingston back. Cause remember Kofi Mania, so yeah, maybe. I don't know, that's a possibility. Yeah, but also Vince McMahon gets the final decision. Let's go to NXT. NXT. Here's the big news. Cross comes out, berates. William Regal comes out first. It looks like he was about to quit or whatever. Cross comes out, berates William Regal about him being William Regal being mostly tied to NXT. He was general manager for 7 years. I can't really say it. And all of a sudden, Samoa Joe's theme music comes out. William Regal offers him the GM job. Samoa Joe turns it down. But he accepts an enforcer job on certain conditions. Like the most one is that he cannot put his hands on anybody, but if somebody puts his hands on him and provoked, he could put his hands on them, whoever who provokes him. And that's to stand up the cross. And we got a glimpse of that with Samoa Joe when Riley and Adam Cole, they're gonna face each other at the Great American Bash, July 6th, special NXT show. Cole kind of pushed away Samoa Joe, who started to break up the fight, and that's when Samoa Joe took off his suit jacket and put Cole into the complete clutch, tapped him out, or actually didn't tap him out, fell asleep right away. It's like 2 seconds Cole went to sleep, and during a wrestling match it wouldn't take 2 seconds, but yeah. And also William Regal gave each competitor a choice of someone to represent them. Kyle Welly got Kushida, and Cole's gonna get somebody, right? Kushida retained this NXT Cruiserweight title. The women's match. We saw there was a women's match, right? Oh yeah, Raquel and Dakota defeated Casey Calzaro and what's her name? Kaden Carter. We also got another women's segment. Io Shirai was going to cut a promo about what her future was, and all of a sudden, the Ray comes out with Candice LeRae, and in the Hartwell, they attack Io Shirai. She looks like they're having the upper hand. They put her on the table, and Candice LeRae tells Indy Hartwell to do her elbow drop. But Zoe Stark comes out for the save. So it looks like Zoe Stark and Io Shirai are going to team up. And this is all because of Poppy. Well, so there we had the main event saw Timothy Thatcher and Ciampa defeat Grizzled Young Veterans. It almost looked like they're going to lose when one of them they accidentally hit each other, or Ciampa accidentally hit Thatcher. I thought that's going to cost them a win, but it didn't. And they got the win, and now they're number one contenders for MSK's NXT Tag Team titles, and so on. Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon were still upset with Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai from the NXT. What's it called? In Your House. SmackDown stuff. So we got Woman defeating Rey Mysterio in the Hell in a Cell match. I thought it was an okay match. That match was not worthy of a Hell in a Cell. But Woman retained the title. Okay. As expected. And that's, I guess when they announced that match was going to be Hell in a Cell, they had to move one of the matches into the cell for the pay-per-view, which Bianca versus Bayley became a Hell in a Cell match on the pay-per-view. What else happened on SmackDown? Of note. That's about it. AEW. Note, AEW Dynamite is not this Wednesday or Friday. It's on Saturday. That's it. Let you guys know. So if you can't find AEW on Friday or Wednesday, it's on Saturday. We had Kenny Omega confront Jungle Boy in the backstage area with Callis, Michael Nakazawa. They went to attack Jungle Boy, but Jungle Boy managed to get the upper hand, chase Kenny. Kenny was in a golf cart and stuff. Jungle Boy and Kenny are going to face each other this Saturday in AEW Dynamite. With Penelope Ford defeat Julia Hart. Then Miro come out attack Varsity Blondes. And I think Pillman's gonna have a match with Miro. You think they're setting up Pillman versus Miro at Brian Pillman Jr. versus Miro? Yeah, Britt Baker cut an awesome promo in the back, and she was confronted by Vicky Guerrero, who manages Nyla Rose. Looks like Nyla Rose and Britt Baker in Clash. I don't know who the face in that thing is. My guess would be Britt Baker. A lot of people really like Britt Baker. What else do we have? Oh yeah, Darby Allin told Sting to stay at home for this week because he's going to take out Ethan Page in Scorpio Sky in a handicap match. That plan backfired. He lost to them. And the main event saw Pentagon Jr. I'm not going to say his new name. Kingston. Who was the other one? Wasn't Neville. Who was they teaming up with? I forgot. Was it? Oh, I forget. Taking on, was it Matt Jackson? Was it Matt Jackson and the Good Brothers? They lost when no Nick Jackson. They lost when Matt Jackson came out of the stands, sprayed into a Pentagon's eyes to get the 1, 2, 3. Was it Pac? I know Penta's in it. I know it was Penta. Penta was in it as a Joker in the Joker gear. And then the Good Brothers with the Young Bucks pose with the Callis pose to end the show. But I'm not gonna end it here with the we got Andrade interview with JR. We'll see what that future goal is. Yeah, so this Saturday, guys, AEW Dynamite. And before I go, let's see if there's any stuff for tonight. So, okay, there's just a new rumor. New rumor just now. It was just from WrestleVotes. From WrestleVotes. It's on Twitter. You look it on Twitter, but I have it on Lords of Pain. So according to WrestleVotes, WWE is reportedly looking at holding the first ever match between Seth Rollins and WWE Hall of Famer Edge later this summer. This is from WrestleVotes. As we reported, the working idea for SummerSlam main event is to have John Cena challenge WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. WWE officials reportedly went to load the SummerSlam card up, and now WrestleVotes notes that they are planning stacking the SmackDown side with a major match up, Edge versus Seth Rollins for his time. It was recently reported that WWE has plans for Edge to wrestle at SummerSlam in a babyface role. So they're looking to have Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, Edge as a babyface. And I suspect this. Yeah, this would be awesome. Edge and Seth Rollins would be perfect. A lot of people wanted Edge versus Seth Rollins. That would have been perfect. SummerSlam, book it, man. I'm all for that. Two of my favorites. Go at it. I'm all for that. Sign me up, man. I hope the SummerSlam becomes stacked like the WWE wants it to be. Because let's be honest, the WrestleMania, good to be back in some sort of normalcy for that WrestleMania with the crowd in some ways. WrestleMania to me wasn't stacked, right? Didn't have the main players, the Becky Lynch, the Brock Lesnar, had Edge, but you know what? It's just more of a. He's not a full timer, but he's more of around. He's more around. I mean, Becky Lynch would probably be more full timer. But I'm all for that. Edge versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Cena versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Possibilities is great. The SmackDown side, yeah, we don't really know, but there's been no rumors, no speculation on what's happening on the Raw side for SummerSlam. It seems like everything's on the SmackDown side. That's worrying, don't you think? Don't you think it's a little worrying there? So maybe that's why the Brock Lesnar stuff for SummerSlam is definitely be on the Raw side. I think that's on the Raw side. And maybe Becky Lynch coming back will be on the Raw side too. Because it seems like they have a set plan for SmackDown, for SummerSlam, and Raw. They're trying to get there. But yeah. And let's see what else there is. Because I'm going to end this show soon. Okay. I do love what they brought back Samoa Joe. I do think he's going to wrestle from time to time. Like, why else would he get physical, right? I do think he'll wrestle from time to time. Not very often, but he'll wrestle from time to time. Maybe against maybe against Cole. I mean, it looks like they're gonna fast track carrying costs to the main roster. So I don't know if we're ever gonna get that, but I do think they're gonna have Samoa Joe wrestle from time to time. And with that, I'm gonna end my show. I want to thank you all for listening. Here's what I think about you guys. Here's my Twitter. Here's what I think about you guys.
Too sweet! Sweet! Too sweet! Too sweet!
No, thank you, man, for watching. I'll try to enjoy Raw. Try to enjoy Raw too, JJ, and everybody else is listening. So yeah, thank you for listening. Plugs. Thursday, it's all about the pop culture show. I think I'll try to do that. Talk about the Flash stuff, Batman, whatever pops up, whatever movie stuff pops up. Maybe I'll do an NBA draft lottery. No, I don't think so. Draft lottery stream. Let's be doing. Maybe I will do a review of the NBA draft lottery tomorrow. If you're into NBA draft lotteries tomorrow, maybe I'll do something on that. A stream, maybe of streaming the NBA draft lottery while NXT is going on. My Raptors are in the mock draft for 7th, but you know with draft lottery they can end up number 1. Who knows? So yeah, Thursday is all about the pop. Saturday, I'm going to try to do Why We Love Sports on Saturday. And videos in between. If there's something I don't like on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, so I can make a video about how the show goes on. And most likely be from my phone. And also, I'll be doing video game streaming. And I'll be making videos based on not just wrestling. These are not streaming videos, not just wrestling. Wrestling, video games, movies, TV shows, sports, whatever. I'm all around. All around. So yeah, once again, thank you. It's the NWO, Scott Hall, Too Sweet, Wolfpack, Too Sweet. Take care, everybody. And enjoy Raw. Or enjoy whatever you can. Thank you. Take care. Also, like, comment, subscribe down below.